Have you ever noticed your cat stretching as soon as you walk into the room or get close to them? At first glance, this behavior might seem like a simple physical reflex after resting, but it's actually a gesture full of meaning. Stretching in cats involves a mix of physiological, emotional, and behavioral factors that reflect the animal's internal state and how they perceive their surroundings. In today's video, we're going to explore this gesture based on studies of feline behavior and reveal what stretching can tell us about a cat's physical and emotional well-being. Understanding what's behind this behavior can help you better interpret the signals your cat sends you every day. And if you enjoy learning more about your pet's behavior and want to give them a happier, healthier life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We post daily videos with high-quality content, created with care and responsibility for people who love cats and dogs. By subscribing, you help the channel grow and continue bringing content that truly makes a difference in the relationship between pets and their humans. Body language. When a cat stretches upon seeing their human, it's first and foremost a form of nonverbal communication. Cats mainly express themselves through body language, and stretching is one of the behaviors that most clearly reveal their emotional state and level of trust in their environment and the people around them. When a cat stretches in your presence, they're showing that they feel safe. This gesture indicates that they're not on high alert, don't sense any threats, and can therefore allow themselves to fully relax. The cat sees you as part of their safe space, someone who doesn't represent danger, but rather comfort. Stretching can act as a kind of physical greeting. Instead of vocalizing or approaching directly, the cat might use stretching as a subtle way to say everything's fine. This behavior is often accompanied by other signs of calmness, like slow blinking, a raised tail with a gently curved tip, or even voluntary approach. From an ethological perspective, the study of animal behavior, this type of expression is considered a sign that the cat is in a positive emotional state. They don't just enjoy your presence, they associate it with a sense of well-being. And that's something built over time, through respect and shared experiences. Physical preparation. Stretching is an essential physiological behavior in cats, and it's not just about comfort. When a cat stretches upon seeing you, they might be activating their muscles and nervous system after a period of rest. This gesture helps restore muscle tone, improve blood circulation, and prepare the body for more complex movements. During a stretch, the cat extends its front legs, arches its spine, and often spreads its toes. These movements promote blood flow to muscles that were inactive and also stimulate the nervous system, which needs to be alert so the animal can react quickly to environmental stimuli. Even in a domestic setting, this behavior has evolutionary roots. Cats are natural predators, and even those who live strictly indoors retain instincts related to hunting. Stretching is a way to ensure the body is functional and ready for action, whether that means playing, exploring, or simply moving with agility. Additionally, stretching is linked to mood regulation and overall well-being. Studies in animal behavior suggest that stretching can release endorphins, contributing to a sense of pleasure and relaxation. In other words, when your cat stretches upon seeing you, they may not only be physically preparing themselves, but also expressing that they're in a balanced emotional state. Demonstration of affection. Although cats are often described as independent animals, studies in feline behavior show that they form meaningful social bonds with their humans and express those bonds through subtle behaviors like stretching. When a cat stretches upon seeing you, that gesture can be interpreted as a sign of affection and trust. From an ethological perspective, stretching in the presence of another individual is considered affiliative behavior. In other words, it's an action that reinforces social bonds. The cat is in a state of relaxation and vulnerability, which only happens when they feel safe and emotionally comfortable. This type of behavior is more common in cats that have a stable and positive relationship with their guardians. Stretching can act as a kind of approach ritual. Many cats stretch and then move toward their human, rub against their legs, or vocalize softly. These behaviors indicate that the cat is seeking social interaction, and stretching serves as a kind of bridge between resting and contact. Research in animal neuroscience also suggests that behaviors like stretching are associated with the release of neurotransmitters linked to pleasure and stress reduction, such as dopamine. This reinforces the idea that the cat is not only comfortable, but also experiencing a positive emotional state when they're near you. Testing the environment. Stretching behavior in cats can be interpreted as a marker of environmental safety. Cats are territorial animals and highly sensitive to changes in their surroundings. Even in familiar spaces, they maintain a routine of constant sensory scanning, evaluating sounds, smells, movements, and presences. When a cat stretches upon seeing their human, that gesture may indicate that their nervous system has made a positive assessment of the environment. In other words, they perceive no immediate threats, and your presence is associated with stability and predictability. This behavior can also be observed during territorial exploration. For example, when a cat enters a new room or approaches a space they don't frequent often, they may stretch as part of the adaptation process. This is related to what's known as the expanded comfort zone, where the animal tests the environment through behaviors that only occur in states of calm. Additionally, stretching may serve as a form of indirect marking. By stretching in a specific location, the cat may be leaving scent signals through glands located in their paws and between their toes, reinforcing their sense of familiarity with that space. Invitation to interact. Stretching in cats can function as a pro-social behavior, an action that precedes or facilitates interaction with another individual. Although cats are often described as independent animals, studies in feline behavior show that they develop specific communication routines with humans, especially when a strong emotional bond is present. When a cat stretches upon seeing you, that gesture may be part of a behavioral sequence that signals readiness for interaction. In this context, stretching is not just physiological, but also behavioral. It prepares the body for movement and signals that the cat is ready to approach, receive affection, or engage in a social activity like play. This type of behavior is often accompanied by other signs of approach, such as soft vocalizations, relaxed body posture, a raised tail with a curved tip, and movement toward the human. The combination of these signals is interpreted as a request for attention or contact, and can be compared to greeting behavior observed in social species. From a neurobiological perspective, stretching is also associated with the release of endorphins and increased blood circulation, which contribute to the animal's overall well-being. This favorable physiological state can increase the likelihood of social behaviors, as the cat is in a physical and emotional condition that supports positive interactions. As we've seen throughout this video, stretching behavior in cats is multifunctional and carries important meanings from physiological, emotional, and social perspectives. Far from being just a physical reflex, the act of stretching can indicate environmental safety, physical well-being, emotional bonding, and even a readiness for interaction. These signals are part of the complex feline body language, which is essential for understanding our pets' needs and emotional states. Observing and correctly interpreting these behaviors is a way to promote a more respectful and enriching relationship built on trust and nonverbal communication. If you enjoyed this content and want to keep learning about cat behavior based on reliable information, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications. And share in the comments. Does your cat usually stretch when they see you? How do you interpret that gesture in your daily life? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.